see that, but for mentors, I'll come back later. So once the startup enters the platform, they will be able to see this dashboard, right? Where they will be seeing their what all startups they are having, their recent deals. Recent deals means their investments, which we will be covering later, and their applications. So on Accubate, what happens is the flow is once you apply for a program, you fill an application form. Once you have applied, then the admins will be basically shortlisting your applications and then they will be finalizing your applications. But for most of the startups in the AIC SKU incubation center, the case is that we have directly onboarded them because you are the past members of the incubator. So for you, you might not be able to see my application section because you have not really applied on Accubate for a program. But your startup profile will be there on Accubate because we have imported it directly. So we will focus more on my startup section where you will see your startup profile. So if you see that you are seeing the program name, your startup ID on Accubate, which is a unique ID for each startup, your startup name, and your status. For most of you, it will be active only because you are an active participant of the incubator. So first step is for startups perspective is you should complete your profile so that your data is there on the platform and incubator AIC SKU is also able to see all the data uploaded by you. So to complete your profile, you should just click on view profile button. Here you will be redirected to your own startup profile page, right? So as you can see here, you will be able to see different tabs, which I will be covering one by one. Sorry, any doubts, Pramodji, any doubts you have?
No, sir.
Okay. So I request not to unmute yourself unnecessarily. Okay, if you have, in case of doubts, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask, but don't unmute unnecessarily. So this is the company profile section where you will be having a lot of fields, right? Some static fields will be there. For example, your description, your logo, right? Your domain and sectors, for which domain you work, right? Stage of your startup, legal status, etc., etc. So to edit this company profile section, you just need to click on this edit button and you need to fill all the details one by one. Once you fill up all the details, like your revenue model, operation type, market type, addresses, website, you can also add these tags. These tags are very important to increase your searchability. So these tags, basically whatever you enter here, these will be used for searching the startup. So if the admins, let's say, wants to search all the tech startup in their database, then they will be just writing tech and your startup will come up because you are having a tag as tech. So please add the relevant tags here so that your searchability is improved on the platform. Then you can also add your social media handles, etc. Okay. Once you do that, you just need to click on submit, and all these data will be captured by the platform. And you will see now, like your profile will also look like this. You will also see all the data here. Okay. Similarly, let's say if you have more than one, you are all founders, right? I'm assuming. But let's say if you are having more team members in your startup, for example, co-founder, your advisors, etc., you can add them all here also in this section, team members. So mostly it's preferable that you add your co-founders also here so that they will also be able to log into the platform. Once you add your co-founders, add a member if I click, you will be just filling up their information, what all information you have, what is the role, are they founder, co-founder, employee, etc. Do they have any equity percentage, right? All these details you can fill up, their mobile number, etc. Once you click on submit, the user will be added on the platform, your team member actually. And now the advantage is your team member can also log into the platform and they can also see this profile and they can also edit these profile. Okay. So let's say in case you are having three co-founders, you want all of them to use the platform, you can add your team members in your profile. Okay. Now let's come back to the second tab. So company profile is, I hope it's clear. So now let's come back to documentation tab. This is the tab which is there to capture all your important documents, which the incubator will be asking, right? For example, if EICSKU wants you to upload your one pager, your incubation agreement, or maybe let's say pitch decks, etc. So you can come to your profile, you can go to a documentation section and general tab, you will see all these options. To upload a document, it's very simple. You just need to click on upload and just choose the file and upload it. Very simple. Similarly, you can also fill up your country specific documents like your incorporation certificate, your DPIIT certificate, etc. etc. Similarly, you can also add your audit reports on the platform, your financials, so that all the data regarding you is at the single place, which is Accubate platform. Okay, and at any time, let's say 1 year later, also this data will be here only. So you can anytime get back this data. Also, you can download this data also. So no need to worry. So for past years, also you can add your audit reports, right? Similarly, you can also add your funding history, whatever funding history is there which the platform has not captured yet because you recently became member. You can add your past funding history also here by just clicking on this add new button. You can select what is the type of that funding and you can just write down all the information and the platform will capture it. Okay, so this is the documentation tab which basically specifically deals with all the kinds of documents which incubator generally asks from the startups. Now coming back to third tab, which is application tab. So most of you will see this tab blank because you have not filled any application. But let's say if you are filling an application, if you are starting fresh for a program, then you will see this application tab filled up with your application which you have filled in the application phase. Okay, so not to discuss much about this tab. What is this portfolio tab? So portfolio tab is the one, for example, let's say in the company profile I showed you that we are having some 10-20 fields, right? But these are static fields. But let's say if the incubator wants you to fill up, wants to ask more details from you. For example, what is your team size? What is your revenue, right? All these details, if they want, what are your differentiators? Tell me more about your product. What are your different type of products? So all those different kind of questions the incubator can ask you in the portfolio tab. So here you can see does this you will see here some set of questions which are prepared by the admins and you will be asked to fill up this portfolio tab. So to fill up this portfolio tab you just need to click on this pencil icon. Once you click on this pencil icon you will be able to see all the fields which are asked for you to fill the information and you can just fill the information and you can click on submit. So that's how you will be filling up the portfolio tab. Similarly,
Ayush,
most of yes, ma'am.
Here Vishnu sir has asked one question. Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
if the startup has more than one concept? We just
Uh,
cleared that down.
yeah, yeah. By concept, what do we mean by concept? Is it like the products or something?
Sir Vishnu
Yes,
sir,
it is
ask
like
your
more than
question.
one concept,
One idea, I think.
right? It's more than one idea.
So, sir, if you have more than one idea, what you can do is you can apply multiple times to that program with your different ideas. Let's say if you're representing different startups, same user is representing different startups, then each startup, basically each company, can apply to different, can apply multiple times also. So here we are talking about a company profile. Here in the portfolio, if the incubator is asking you regarding your different products, then in the product overview also you can fill up that. That's not an issue. So if a single company is having multiple products, then only one login is required. And here you can provide your all products in the product overview section of whatever they are asking in whatever field. But if you are representing, if a single user is representing different companies, then you have to apply differently. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
So now, in the startup phase, I hope most of you must be aware of what is lean canvas model and what is business canvas model. So these are all some set of 9, 10 fields which generally startups generate as a lean canvas model and as a business canvas model. So that also you can generate on the platform. We will soon be giving you an option to print to PDF also. So you can take out the printout of your lean canvas model also on the platform. Okay. Similarly, now this section is very important for providing for tracking our journey on the platform, which is update section. So what happens in update section is ki let's say the incubator, the admins basically, they want to ask a specific some specific fields from you every week or every month. Okay, they want to take your updates. So what they will do from their end, they will be creating some updates. For example, monthly update. okay, and they will add you in that update. So on the platform you will see in the update section one update is there, monthly update. When I click on it, it will show me, okay, for 6th May also the platform asked me to fill the update. For 6th June, just after 1 month, also it asked me to fill update. For 6th July also it asked me to fill update, right? Basically every month I have to fill this update. What is this update? So whatever fields the admin wants to ask you, they can ask. Basically they can create a form, they can attach it, and you have to fill that form. For example, if I show you, so here I just added, for demo purpose, I just added two fields: what is your team size and recurring revenue. But the admins may ask you 5-10 more fields also, depending on them, what they want to ask you from for every month. Okay, so the platform will basically trigger a notification to you whenever it's time to fill up the update. You will get an email notification also on the platform, from the platform, that hey, it's the deadline to fill up this update, please log into the platform and fill up this particular update. So that's how the updates works. You can also, the admin, if they want, they can also create multiple updates for you. If they want to ask different type of fields, different type of groups fields from you, right? For example, one thing is regarding your revenue growth, one update is regarding your team size, right? One thing is regarding your user base growth. So you may be having three four updates also for a single startup, which the admins may ask you. So it depends, it all depends on admins, what fields they want to ask you and how frequently they want to fill you this update. But the platform will do its job in reminding you that hey, it's the deadline for you to fill the updates. Okay. Similarly, we also have funding on the platform. So as a startup perspective, you don't have to do much in funding section. The admin will create a funding, they will nominate you, then they will basically ask you to fill up some forms, basically, which you can see here. Okay. Once you are nominated for any funding from admin's end, then you will be asked to fill up a form. Once you fill up this form, maybe this can be any set of fields, right? Depending on admin, what they want to ask. Then the admin will basically run evaluations in the funding. And if you are selected in that funding, then they will be allotting you some amount. And then from the platform, you will be asked to accept this amount. If you want to accept, you can say yes, and this amount will be allocated to you. And the admin will be notified that the startup has accepted this amount. Please give them this amount. So they will be basically physically, they will be giving you that amount. Okay, so the funding capture is also there. And similarly, once you have given a funding, then the admins may also create milestone for you because they have given you some amount, let's say 10 lakh rupees. So they can also create milestone based on that now I have given you some amount, you should grow in these fields. So I will discuss that later, how the milestone progress works. Okay, similarly, you also have to provide your progresses in these milestone, which I will be covering later. And similarly, you can also provide your expenditures here. Let's say if you are having some expenditures, no, with this funding, how you are spending this amount, you can also add the information here, that how am I spending these amounts. You can also add your bills, etc. Right? So I can cover milestone now first. So on Accubate, the admins or the mentors also. So the mentors also can create milestones for you, and the admins can also create milestones for you. Basically, the goal for you, so that you basically keep working towards a goal and you provide your progress to them. So, for example, we can see the admin has created one milestone for us, which is title is ideation and initial launch. So once we click on it, it will say what is the goal, right? The admin has given some goal to you, that hey, startup, you have to progress towards this goal, you should complete this goal. So what you can do is, every whatever frequency the admin has selected, no, progress frequency, you will be asked by the platform to fill up the progress, what has happened. So, for example, for 5th September, you have basically filled up this update that I have progressed 20% to this milestone, and this is the description, that the team has defined the core concept, identified the problem. Next month, you will again fill up this update, that what is the progress now. You may say 25%, etc. And the startup can also, the admin can also schedule some meetings with you regarding the milestone. If they feel that there is a need for you to, for them to guide you or to ask from you, they can also schedule meetings with you for a particular milestone. So for example, to provide a progress report, you don't need to do anything, just click on progress report and select the date. So by default, basically it will be selected as next month, and then you can provide the progress value which you feel it is completed, and you can give the description. And if the admin wants, they will be able to see all the progress which you are filling. If they want, they can also schedule a meeting with you to discuss further to see how much you have progressed. So the milestone tracking can be done. Similarly, you can also add some documents here if you want to add some documents as a proof of concept that I have done this. Here is a proof of concept for it, and I am attaching a document also for that. So all these things can be done in a milestone. You can also attach a document, and the admin can also see them. You can also view and download them, etc. Okay. Similarly, we also have so documentation section we discussed, but apart from that, so these are, you can see these are some static fields. Or let's say if you want to upload some more documents also, right? Some other documents, then you can use this document section. You can upload any type of document here and the admin will be able to see. Okay, you can just click on add a document and you can upload any type of documents. So there are actually a lot of things on Accubate to discuss. So it will make more sense once you now after this session, no, you log into Accubate and you basically play around with all the fields yourself also. So I'm just covering everything in very brief, just giving you idea that what all you can do. But it will be better that you just log in and you play around with yourself also so that you get the idea. Okay, this is happening, this is happening, this is how it happens. Similarly, in the comment section also, you can directly talk with the admins. So what you can do, you can write, if you are having any type of query, you want admins to get notification, you can basically write your query here also for admin. And this is a basically one-on-one chatting between you and the admins, all the admins on the platform, all the admins in program manager, etc., who are able to manage you, know, they will be able to see your message. If you are having any problems, if you want to tell them anything, you can use this comment section and provide your comments. And anybody from the admin team will reply to you over here also. As you can see here, right, the admin says, hi, Economial Technologies, which is the startup. Hope you are doing great. So yeah, the startup wrote, yeah, hi, I am doing great. Thanks for helping us. So these kind of some normal also chat can happen here. Similarly, let's say if you are facing some difficulties, any kind of difficulties, any kind of help you need from the admins or from the Accubate team also. Let's say you are facing any difficulty on Accubate, you are not able to understand anything, then you can raise a ticket also. This is a grievance ticket, a help ticket. You can raise a ticket, and in the ticket you can provide what is the type of issue you are facing, platform related, mentoring related, other queries and concern. You can explain your issue, and the ticket will be assigned to one of the member. If it is a technical platform related issue, it will be assigned to one of our team member. But if it is related to incubation center, then it will be assigned to the admins, and the admins will be rectifying the issue and replying to you over the ticket. Okay, and I just let me cover this milestone analytics section also. This just basically shows you what is happening with you, what all total funding has been allocated to you so far, what all total mentorings happened with you, what all total meetings happened with you, total meeting duration, right? And then some your based on your monthly update which you have filled, no, we will be showing you the analytics. That is how you are progressing. For example, this month you were having 5 members, then 6th June you increased 1 member, then 6th July you remain at the same level. So that's how you can see the analytics also for your progress based on the updates which you are filling. Okay, so that's how the total startup profile thing is. Now let me move quickly to mentoring section also, which is the main section, right? That how you will be able to connect to the mentors. So any doubts so far? Startups, very quick. Any doubts so far, or are we good?
Ayush, this is Vishnu again.
Yeah, yeah.
So nice application. Just one quick question is, are you W3 compliance, or have you worked on that, or it's yet to be thought over?
Yeah, yeah. So regarding the compliance, we are actually ISO compliant. So no need to worry about the data security
No,
and
no,
etc.
it's not about the ISO. I'm talking W3 compliance is for the accessibility.
W3 compliant. Can you tell me
Yeah.
more about it? Like, what does it mean
Yeah,
and
because
what?
you see, this particular incubation center is also for persons with disability. So a lot of blind individuals would use screen readers to use these apps.
Yeah, correct. While developing the app, we make sure that we use that, but I need to check with the team again
Yeah, please
regarding the screen
specific focus
readers.
on that. Yes. Any help
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can please mention that.
Yeah, yeah. If that is required, no, then we can change the UI also, and we can include that. That's not an issue.
It's
That's
a
definitely not
simple
an
thing.
issue.
It's a simple thing. Accessibility. You just have to
Yeah,
follow
yeah,
the W3 compliance.
correct, correct. We can do that. If it is
In
not
US,
there, then we can do that.
in US, it is called 508 compliance.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I'll check with the team. If we
Right.
have that, if we don't have, then we can do that. That's not an
Yes.
issue.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's now focus much very quickly. We will be covering what is mentoring. So, in mentoring, what happens is basically as a startup, you are connected to a mentor. Now, there can be two types of connection. One is long time connection, where you are connected to the mentor for a longer period of time. That is called anchor mentoring on the platform. And one is one time connection. You just want to book one-on-one meeting once, that's it. So that is one time mentoring. Two types of mentoring are there. So generally people basically go with anchor mentoring, which is connected to a particular mentor for a longer duration of time. That longer duration can be anything based on the mentor's availability and your availability and the admin's decision. So that depends on that, right? So let's assume for now that you are connected to a mentor for 2 months, so you will be having anchor mentoring with them. Now these mentorings can be created by admins. You can also request for mentors that I will show you. So when I come back to mentoring page in the sidebar, you will see all the ongoing mentorings which are happening here. You can see one mentor is this, one is Reena Sharma, one is Govind Arora, and one is Rakshit Kumar. So I as a startup I am currently connected with these four people. Right now, let's see what we can do with the existing mentoring first. So as you can see, we can request meeting from the mentor. Okay, I can come here, I can go request meeting. Uh, I will be basically redirected to the booking page for the mentor, which is basically similar to Calendly if you have used. Right here, I will see, okay, this mentor is available on 15th and he has just one slot. On 22 also he has one slot. On 17 he has some different slot. So I will be able to see his availability, okay, as a startup. And then I will be selecting the time and I will be basically confirming the meeting. So that's how you can schedule a meeting with a mentor. Okay, let's go back to mentoring now. So as a startup you can request the meeting. Okay, once, and then you can see all the meetings which has happened with this mentor also. For example, 6th September, which is today, two meetings happened. I have a future meeting on 8th September also. And one important thing is once the meeting is done, you will be able to mark your feedback also regarding the overall meeting. Okay, as a startup. So you can also provide your feedback here. Now you can also see what feedback I have filled so far. So one meeting has happened. So I filled as a startup, I filled some feedback that are very nice mentoring, mentor explained very nicely, etc. etc. Similarly, mentor can also fill the feedback about you after the meeting ends. So what happens is once the meeting ends, you both connected, meeting ended, the platform will trigger a email to both of you. So I will show you how that email looks like also. So let me just open my email and it will be like feedback reminder. Feedback reminder, yeah. So this is how the email will look like. Dear Ayush Gupta, please fill out the feedback form for the following meeting which just happened. Your meeting title is mentor meeting, which mentor you connected with, and this is the feedback URL. This is the external URL. You can, without login also, you can fill it from your mobile or from your application. So since I have already filled it, that's why it is saying that your feedback has been successfully received. So once you connect with the mentor, both the startup and the mentor will receive an email from the platform and they will be asked to fill the feedback about each other. And all those feedback the admin can also see. As a startup and as a mentor, you both will be also be able to see.
Will it
Okay.
allow recording?
Will it allow recording the meeting?
Yes.
So if you want to record meeting, you can do that. See, so how we will be scheduling the meeting? That is the question, no? So on Accubate, we do have integration with Zoom. We do have integration with Google Meet also. So your meeting, if your account is connected, if you have integrated the Accubate, your Accubate account with the Zoom account, I will show you how to do that also. Then the meeting will be created from your Zoom account, and if it is created from your Zoom account, then Zoom
Uh,
allows the recording.
yeah, that when we see, I will tell you the very it will be very handy for both the sides, mentor and the startup.
Yeah,
When we speak, a lot of things come out in terms of so there's a speech to text which comes in TLDV or Orito this kind of this one. If AIC can take a one master account and put it in the calendar, then what happens? Even they also can see what kind of discussions happened, and it will also give us a summary of the meeting and follow up for the meeting. It
Yeah,
can be
yeah.
more accurate actually.
Correct, correct. So
Maybe
currently,
Mauli sir, yeah,
That is
yeah,
well taken care, sir. Murthy sir, actually, we are
mm,
also thinking of doing that. So we are doing this for a couple of other software tools. We will also try to do the same to this Zoom platform and Accubate integrations.
yeah, that will help us
Yes,
actually to even calendarize the events actually.
correct.
It will be both side pressure will be there, to complete.
Exactly, exactly. We'll do that.
Okay, thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. Thank you, sir.
yeah. Similarly, sir, since you mentioned that we can have that automated, but till now, if you are not able to do that automated, what you can do is we also have this wall section, which is a, you can say, a group, a chatting group between you, mentee, mentor, and admin. So the mentor and mentee can also talk here. Let's say they had a meeting, and whatever points they have discussed, they can also write on the chat. Okay, just to track down all those things. And later we will, as you mentioned, that we can also do that, which you mentioned that after the meeting, some notes will be added automatically, right, using text to speech, etc. So this wall is also there for now. You can use that also. Correct. Now, as a startup, let's say you are having some current mentoring. For most of you, you won't be having any mentoring right now because the admins has might not have created any mentorings. So how, as a startup, you can search for new mentors? So you are seeing this button, request for new mentor, right? You just need to click here, and then you will be able to see all the mentors who are available to you. Now, how this is decided? The admins will decide whom they want to, what are all the mentors who are accessible to you. That is the admin's decision. If they want you to see all the mentors, then they will turn on that switch. If they want to recommend only few mentors to you, then they can do that. That's the admin's decision. Based on the admin's decision, you will be able to see all the mentors which are accessible to you. For example, let's see this Sonali ma'am. So she is also available as a mentor. I will, as a startup, I can see her profile, what she has done, what her LinkedIn profile looks like, etc. In which industry she is working on, what is her mentoring domain, etc. All these things I can see, and if I want, then I can basically check her availability slots also, and I can apply for anchor mentoring. I can also apply for anchor mentoring. I can also book a one-time slot. Both of the things I can do. Okay, if I apply for anchor mentoring, what will happen? A mentoring request will be sent to the mentor as well as the admin, and if they approve, then only the mentoring connection will be made. So you can apply, but eventually the mentor will have to accept your mentoring request to be able to connect with you. Okay, so that's how you can look out for new mentors on the platform. Very simple, just every button is on the same page only. So that is how the overall mentoring process will look like. Okay, you connect with mentor, you have meetings, you fill feedbacks, you use the wall section to communicate further what all action plans is there, what all we have to achieve. The mentor can also create milestones for them, right? If they want you to complete some goals, they can also do that. That I will show you from the mentor's perspective, how can they do that. Okay, so that's how the mentoring section looks like. Similarly, one more section I want to cover from startups point of view, which is resources. So let's say AIC SKU wants you to access some of the resources which they are providing. So what they can do from their end, they can put out some resources, for example, AWS credits, MongoDB credits, etc. And they will be basically filling out all the information, how you will be able to grab these credits, how will you be able to grab these resources, okay, in the information section. What you need to do, you just need to register for this. Once you register for this, then you have to follow the process which they have written, and once you got the resources, you just need to click on confirm, so that the admins will be able to know how much credits you have taken, what is the duration for which you will be using those credits, and any comments if you have. Okay, so all basically, in short, you will be able to see in the resources section all the resources which the incubator is providing, and if you want, you can basically register for that resources, and the incubator will now will help you how you can basically apply for all these credits and all these resources. Okay, similarly, since all of you as a startup are connected to some of the pipelines on the platform, So in the community section, you will be able to see a community which is dedicatedly created for you all to communicate with each other. So let's say if I go to this community, if I go to view, I can see all the members who are part of this community. For example, currently 5 startups are part of this community. But in the real case scenario, you will be having at least 15, 20 startups, right? For a community. Then what you can do, basically you can do a discussion thread, right? For example, somebody created a forum, company culture. So let's go ahead and see what is happening here. Somebody has created a discussion forum that the challenges of building and sustaining a strong company. Can you please tell us what all challenges you faced, etc. Like these are discussion threads created where people can comment and people can reply to those comments. Okay, so that's how a community is created between all startups so that they can discuss, they can have some meaningful discussions, they can have some give and take between each others. Let's say if somebody wants to ask for some resources, for some help from other startups, that can be done. They can create that I need this help. Some of the startup can see and they can say, okay, I have some resources, I can help you in achieving that. So for these purposes, the community section is there. Okay, similarly we have this learning section where if the admins are having some organizing some sessions, you will be able to see all those sessions, right? The platform will basically remind you that this session is happening, please attend. Similarly, after the session is done, the video recording also he can put, the admins, the PPTs also he can put, so that later you can see all those PPTs documents. Similarly, you can also comment how you like the session, if you have any doubts regarding session, all those things can be done. Okay. Similarly, in the courses module, in the courses section, the admin can create specific courses for the startups to complete also if they want. So for example, if they have created this human resource management course, as a startup, you can come here, you can view, and you can also see what all happening here. One module is there, 2 videos has been uploaded, some sessions can be there, some assignments and some quizzes can also be there. Okay, similar to we follow a course on Udemy, so the learning management system is also there on Accubate. If the admin wants you to complete some courses, right, and track your progress, how you are progressing in this course, are you submitting the assignment properly, are you having good marks in the quizzes, all those things the admin can track about you. Okay, so for this course we are not having much of the things, we are just having 2 videos which we can play. So that's it. But for a actual dedicated course, you can have much more things. You can have assignments, you can have quizzes, right? You can have lectures, you can have PPTs, etc. So all those learning management thing can be handled. And, and similarly, you can see your calendar also on Accubate, on which day you are having meetings with mentors, on which day you are having meetings with admins also. All these things can be seen here. And at last, you can see all the inbox here. Whatever mail you are receiving from the platform will be visible here also. So that's it. That's it about the startup profile. Any doubts, anything, any comments on it? Or should I move now to mentors view? So one more thing, on the dashboard, you will be also able to see the actions required from your end. For example, for some meeting, your feedback is pending, then you will see that, right? If some payment is pending from your end, you will see that, right? All those actions required you will be able to see at one place only in your dashboard. If there is some recent meeting in future, you will be able to see here only. Similarly, all the meetings in the upcoming section, you can see that. On 8th September, I am having a meeting at 9 a.m. with a mentor. So I can see that also. Okay. So any doubts so far? Any comments, startups, all the startups? Or should I move quickly to the mentor's perspective? Okay, so I think no doubts from startups. Basically, I understand because once you start using the platform, then you will be having some doubts. And in that case, also you can reach out to admins and the admins will be able to help you, right? So definitely it will make more sense once you start using the platform. Then only you will be able to understand things in depth. So that's it. Now I will be showing the mentor's perspective. Okay. So for mentors, I am logging in now from a mentor's account. So on Accubate, we can have different type of users, right? One as one I already mentioned is admins, who will be basically controlling everything which is happening on the platform. Basically, the AIC SKU team members. One is startup, basically all of you guys, right? The startups. And one can be mentors, one can be evaluators also. Different kind of roles basically on Accubate you can have. And based on the role, you will be having different type of operations and accessibilities. So now I will be logging in from mentor's perspective, and I will be quickly showing you how the mentor will be able to use the platform. So now the mentor's dashboard look like this. You are having welcome mentor section, and you will be seeing all your ongoing mentorings which is happening on the platform. But the first thing for a mentor is to complete their profile. Why? So that they can upload, they can add their mentoring profile. What is their experience in mentoring? On which industry do they basically belong to? Right? What is their mentoring domains, etc. All these things you should provide so that startup can search you. Right? So how to come to your profile? You just need to click on the right click. There will be your profile icon. You just need to click on account. Once you click on that, you will be able to see what all roles you are having. So for all mentors, you will be having mentor role. Okay. Similarly, you can add your phone numbers also. This can be done for both startups and mentors because the same profile page is used. You can also update your password, etc. Now you can fill up your personal profile where you can mention your name, gender, etc. All these details, right? Then you can also share your experience. What all experience do you have in mentoring section? It will be helpful for startups then to look at your profile and decide whether they want mentoring from you or not, right? Similarly, in the mentoring profile, you can add all your industry, your mentoring domains. You just need to click on add edit button. You can add your fields. Similarly, your expertise, your business areas, etc., etc. So it's advisable for mentors that you complete your profile first. The first step is this only. The second step is you come here at availability section and you please mark on the platform when you are available. Because from the startup's perspective, we saw that the startup can basically book a meeting, right? And they will be able to see all your active slots. So how these active slots are coming, the platform will be able to know only when you provide that information to the platform. For example, this mentor, he has scheduled like this that on Sunday he is free from 9 to 10, then from 5 to 5:10, 5:55 to 6. Like this, you should provide for each weekday what is your availability. Similarly, for a particular date, if you want to provide, let's say on that particular date, there is a holiday. On, let's say, some Monday, there is some 15th August, let's say you can provide that. Yeah, on 15th August I can take more meetings, but my usual Monday schedule looks like I am busy, but on 15th August only I can take some meetings. So you can do that also from this section, schedules for a particular date. So you should basically provide your availability here. Okay, you can add more by clicking on plus icon. You can just provide, for example, I am free from 7 p.m to 10 p.m in the night, for example. So I can just add that. Similarly, here you can provide that, let's say if I'm free from 7 to 10, but what should be the meeting slots? Meeting slot size. The meeting slot size should be 45 for me. You can also edit it to 30 minutes if you want. Similarly, what interval or buffer time do you want between two meetings? So ideally, it should be 5 minutes, right? You cannot have back-to-back meetings. Similarly, in 1 hour, right? Like what is the booking buffer time? Let's say if you are available from 4 to 4:45, so how before you want to be notified? How before someone can fix that slot? So ideally it's 1 hour. You can also have different thing that at least 1 hour before somebody should fill up. It's not like, yeah, I am free from 4 and somebody is just booking that slot at 3:55. So I won't be able to know that they have filled up. That's why this booking buffer time is also important. Once all these things are done, then you are actually good to go. Now you just need to see what all mentorings are happening just by clicking on view all mentorings. So this is the mentoring which we have opened. This startup only we have opened, Trinomial Technologies. Here you can see what all my feedbacks, same my feedbacks you can fill. You can see the meetings, right? What is happening. You can also see the startup profile, right? All these, what they have filled, what is their team members looks like, what their documentation looks like, what their IPR portfolio, everything. This entire startup profile which I showed you, the mentor can also see that just to analyze how this startup is working, right? Similarly, in the startup profile only you can create milestone. As I was telling, that mentor can also create milestones, so you can also create milestones for them. Okay. Now the mentor can also schedule a meeting. So there is no need to request a meeting now. Mentor is basically a owner of the mentoring kind of. So he can also directly schedule a meeting if he wants. And similarly, the mentor can also use the wall to chat with the startup. And one more thing, once you write some message in the wall, you click on post, a email will be triggered to the startup that mentor has write something. Please come to the platform and see. Okay, so email trigger will also be triggered so that the startup can see what all you have written. Similarly, you can provide feedback to the startups, etc., etc. Okay. So for mentor perspective, I've already covered actually previously while discussing with the startup perspective. Most of the things are same only. It's just that now you can see the startup profile. You can also schedule a meeting with the startup. And let's say if there are some mentoring request for you, then in the actions required, you will be able to see that. That some startups want to connect with you. Then in the actions required tab, you will be able to see that you can also approve them. And similarly, you will be able to see provide feedback button and the upcoming meetings which you have. The same thing, the calendar is also same. You can also see that. Startup can also see that. So mostly the same things, right? So any doubts, mentor? Very quickly I covered because most of the things I have already covered before only. So yeah, I feel it will be better, ma'am, or the AIC SKU admins, that once we start now, we ask the mentors and startups, basically all the people, to start using the platform. Once they start using the platform, they log in, then they will get the feel, right? So anything else? Anything else, team, that I should cover, or you want to ask anything specific?
Do
No?
anyone have any questions? Please use chat box.
You can directly unmute yourself also.
Yeah, you can ask directly.
I have one question here. Is it chargeable?
Sorry?
What will be the commercials? Is it charged to the startup by any means?
No, but this question will be more specific to the admins. So admins
Yeah.
can answer this question.
Mauli, I think Mauli is not there. Sir Vishnu sir, I'll get back to you for this question.
Okay, ma'am.
I'm here. Can you please repeat
Yeah.
it?
Sir, I was asking if this charged to startups, or if yes, what is the amount? If not, is it been offered as
No, it
an?
is free of cost, sir. We are paying to the Accubate. So it is free of cost to all the startups and mentors. Yeah. And one more thing, so if you have, more than one model, okay, business model or products, you have this lean canvas model. There is a button on the top. If you see, you can add the new lean canvas model. Okay. So there you can add 2 business models or 2 products. Okay. The ideas.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So that one catch, you can make a note on that.
Correct. Because we have ideas, they are potential to be splitted, but then we are not yet into 2 companies. That
So
is the
no problem, sir.
purpose.
With the same company, you can put the 2 models. Yeah. So again, I'm emphasizing on the mentoring sessions, particularly. AIC SKU is committed to provide the free mentoring sessions with a duration of 30 hours, okay, to the startups. Okay, so we will be paying to the mentor. We will be paying some honorary to the mentors. Okay, so whether you want to do with the same mentor, the total 30 hours sessions, or you want to split that with 2 or 3 mentors, that's up to you, depending upon your requirement, and yeah, the other resources. Any other doubts? Ravi sir, good afternoon. Hope you are doing good. Yeah, fine. Any other doubts or clarifications you need? Because we are here, and Accubate, from Accubate, Ayush is also here. Please let us know. So we'll be happy to answer.
Yeah. So if you are not having any queries, I'll just conclude the session.
One second,
Thank you
Jyoti,
so
1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, let us give some time. If you
Yes.
you can also type in the chat box. Okay. Yeah, I have a request before they ask or chat. Ayush, can we add you to the mentor group and the startup group so that they can directly get in touch with you, which is beyond admin queries? Is that possible, or do you want Jyoti to take care of the questions and then lead to you?
Uh, if the AICSQ team takes the question and if they are able
All
to
right.
solve it, then it is better. And if they are not able to solve it, then they can directly talk with me. That will be better, sir.
All right, Ayush. All right. So then,
Otherwise, we'll do one thing, Mauli. Otherwise, we'll do one thing. They'll just explore this Accubate software. We'll give time for them. If they'll raise any doubts while using that Accubate software, again we'll conduct one more session to clear their queries. Is it fine?
fine, that will
Sir,
be ask
Ayush?
me anything regarding to this
Yeah.
Accubate software. We can organize that session.
Yeah.
All right, I think this is pretty good and easy go software. Okay, if you
Yeah.
are delving into the software, you might be knowing it's very easy to access and communicate and also connect with the other ecosystem stakeholders. I request all the startups and mentors to please use this Accubate software so that it will be very easy for us, and as well as for you in your progression. Okay. So thank you very much. I think thank you, Ayush, for your time and knowledge on this workshop. And also thank you, mentors. In spite of your busy schedule, you joined and took some insight on Accubate software. I request you to please use. And also to the startups, thank you very much for joining. And thank you, Jyoti, for organizing this. And yeah, looking forward. I will be seeing most of you in Accubate from now. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you,
Bye.
everybody, for joining.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you,
See you,
everyone.
sir. See you.
As we conclude this session on Accubate software, we hope that you now have clearer understanding of how to leverage this platform to enhance mentor as well as startup collaboration. I think we are confident that Ayush insights will greatly benefit your journey with AIC SKU also. Thank you for your time and active participation. And we look forward to seeing you to implement these tools to achieve a great success in your startup journey. Thank you. Thank you, one and all. Yes.
Thank you, Jyoti.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Yes. Yes, I'm